there's a real nice contrast of that of like pretty low-level chili and just mustard, you know.
Welcome to Jumping the Turnstile. I'm Timmy Taco.
I'm Jezbot.
And I'm Sean Enough.
Welcome home.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to Sean. He hasn't been here for a while, and he's coming in hot and heavy. He's got books. He's got notes. He's got strawberries.
Strawberries.
It's good to see. I like a little bit of pre-prep.
I saw when you guys had that strawberry earlier, though, your face is almost turned inside out. Are they tart?
Oh, they're tart with excellence. They're just delicious.
It's on the cusp of tart and delicious.
And taut.
Yeah. Yeah. Does delicious have its own tartan?
Is that umami?
Yes.
Is umami tartan, if you had to attach a colour to it? Is tartan a colour, or is it a combination of colours?
Well, it's definitely a combination of colours in a specific style of pattern, but different variations can throw homage or represent one's heritage. So if umami did have its own tartan, what in fact would be its tartan?
Tartan? It would be
green, red, blue, red, green, blue.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like a tart. It's like a tart version of savoury.
And does it have an accent? And do you know that accent? And can you do that accent? No, don't do it. Stop right there.
I was around here last night having a bit of a record session.
Yeah.
And Taco, buddy, couldn't find his phone.
Yeah, so, thanks for reminding me. Bloody got the Find My Phone app.
I was saying it's definitely at your in-laws. It's in your in-laws.
Call Bill. Because I had it. Because
I don't want to interrupt the story, but
sure.
How, which I am, so I do. But how losing one's phone has become like such a thing, like something that we grew up having no concept of, zero concept, to now it being like a traumatic event.
Yeah, the only way you lost your phone back in the day is if your house got broken into and they actually stole your Garfield phone.
Yeah, that's right. Or that Telstra one with the futuristic angles.
Oh, the buttons.
With the digital buttons.
Yeah, I love the digital buttons.
Yeah.
So you couldn't find your phone?
Couldn't find my phone. Bloody, it's giving me a little signal that was kind of bouncing around. Like I couldn't, ding, ding, they're around you. They're behind you. Have you seen Aliens?
I have.
Alien?
Yeah.
Alien.
Or Cliffhanger. They tied it to a rabbit.
Did they?
Oh, he tied a tracker to a rabbit.
Ah, very clever.
He's gone down a tiny hole.
Yeah, they were looking for a big case of money, but they found a rabbit hopping around.
Fucking rabbits.
All those warrens.
Well, speaking of what rabbits do, they scurry and kick around dirt and all that kind of stuff. I've gone out the front. It's in the garden.
Is it that good? Is the app that good?
Yeah.
Well, you can use it like a metal detector.
Pretty much. Oh, yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Wow.
much. It's got a little beacon on it, and the beacon's going off, just like we just heard there. I wonder if that came through the mic. And lo and behold, I'd been out in the garden 5 minutes before Jezbot got there to plant some plants, which I had.
Yep.
It was either now or never. I've gone 2 scoops, but I'd already dropped my phone. So I went scoop, cover, covered my phone in dirt. And there it was.
It's bad news.
Buried, submerged in filth.
What would you do without that bloody app, though? That's just gone. That's
I never would have found that phone.
No.
That would have been
Under the dirt. How deep would you say it was?
2 scoops down.
2 scoops down.
Double scoop.
No, it was
That's
on the
about 8 fingers?
Nah, it's about a fingernail.
Oh.
Because
2 scoops spread.
yeah, because it was on the surface face down, which is handy. And because I'd gone dig, I just flicked a bit of dirt on top of it. So it was
Findable.
buried. Well, it was in the dark. So I was lucky I had the
Jeez, you've been
fucking
pretty
thing.
lucky. Pretty lucky on that one.
I've been lucky. I lost it down the street and did the old Find Me phone again. I was walking all the way down to 7-Elevens, and it was in the gutter with water going over the top of it.
Oh my.
Whoa.
Yeah. And still working, and it was on in the gutter.
That's probably because the water was moving and it didn't have a chance to settle in the holes and crevices.
Yeah, I think the phone might be waterproof because I did the old
Resistant.
resistant.
Yeah,
Well,
probably,
'cause I was-
probably more likely than my flawed take on turbulent dynamics.
Yeah, sure. Sean. But I was cleaning the pool and I leant over and it gloomp went right under me phone,
Straight in.
straight in the drink. And I've scooped it out and gone to blow all the stuff off. And it worked fine.
Yep.
See, acting on impulse, it's interesting you should say that. And it sort of depends on what type of person you are, I guess. And this is definitely going to trigger some people.
Depends on what kind of people they are.
Vegans
Okay.
and animal lovers.
There it is.
Yeah, well, you say that.
He is.
I like you said vegans and animal lovers.
Yeah.
I detected a hint of, well, maybe a little bit of disapproval when you
I
said vegans.
disapproved in myself for what I did.
What'd you do?
Well, I
Did
don't
you
even
eat a
know.
vegan?
I don't even know if I can put this on the podcast because it's
Oh,
going to
well,
change.
then why do you start fucking telling stories?
I'm going to put it on there.
Okay,
aren't
good.
I?
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Jeez.
He does that a lot to me. So yeah, just fucking delete that. What? That was like 45 minutes of fucking put. Yeah, nah.
Well, yesterday or last night's episode, I don't know when this is coming up,
So soon enough.
had a bit of a rat issue in my compost heap. And I left it a little bit dry, and I sort of like...
So you are angry that the rats were vegans?
Yes. They are vegan. Oh, no, rats eat everything.
Yeah,
don't
they eat garbage.
So
Depends what
anyways,
you put in your console.
well, I
compost.
had,
Depends what
I
you
had
put in your compost
cardboard,
heap.
and then I had layers of bamboo, and then cardboard, and it wasn't getting wet enough. And anyway, so I
Just listen to the last episode.
yeah, listen to the last episode. So I'm having a rat issue, and went over there this afternoon just to have a little bit of a look-see to see what was going on. And the bloody rat is back in the compost heap. It's a big bin, you
He's
see.
moved back into the squishy,
He was-
splodgy,
He-
wet world.
He was chewing on a chili, I think, that I'd thrown in there last night, and he was just...
Oh, yeah.
He just looked up, and I've gone, mate, yesterday
You're dead.
we did this whole thing. We did this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I happened to have a metal pole in my hand
At the time,
at the time, because I was...
shaped like an axe.
it was just one of those, like, a blunt force metal tube.
So you opened the compost in preparation for it to hop out at you again, right?
Well, I'd left it completely open. I thought there's no way. But I just happened to look in there and I see this guy, like, eating on a chili. And acting on impulse. Like, are you the type of person that grabs the pole and bashes the rat till it's dead? Or do you walk away?
Yeah, give him a bash.
I bashed it to death.
Okay.
Without even hesitating.
That's pretty cold, Jez.
Like, and
It
then
is a dirty rat.
I missed. And then I said, well, you're in now.
Was it
So-
a dirty rat?
Followed through.
Was it a native rat, like an Antechinus?
Nah.
It's a compost.
filthy
compost
compost rat.
compostatus.
And you'd obviously had a conversation with this rat beforehand stating that he wasn't welcome.
Well, when he was jumping at me and I was taking a swing at him last time, and then the dog fucking chased him around. It's a classic bit from last week's episode. You should really listen to it.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Well,
course.
you remember?
I just slipped my mind.
Perfectly edited by Tim.
Sure.
Sound effects and all.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting to ever see the rat again. I thought that was enough just to chase it off, and I'd taken out all the stuff, so there was nowhere for it to hide. But
Yeah.
now he just knows it's a bin full of food.
Yeah, well,
half
that's right.
Decomposed food. So
He must be so confused.
He's dead.
He's like, they keep putting all this delicious food out for me, and then he opens the door and he's angry at me.
Well, do you react
And-
or
Well,
you,
I wanted
you
to
know,
know.
do?
I wanted to go one step further back.
This is just an emotionally abusive relationship for a rat to be in.
I felt weird.
The
I still
food
feel
you're giving
weird.
him is hot and spicy. So is he experiencing a little bit of the old in the mouth feel of the chilies? Do you reckon?
I'll tell you what happened. My cock felt it
Ooh.
the other day.
What? The rat bit your cock with chili on its
chili.
teeth.
The chili. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I forgot that I got the chilies. I snipped the chilies earlier on
And then
and
what?
chopped them up, and then I went for a piss later on. And I felt a bit of a sensation down
They call that a chili willy.
That's correct. I said to Cass, "Oh, I think I've got chili on me dick." She goes, "Well, Go have a wash then.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, well, I'm quite, you know how I'm quite partial to chilies.
Quite spicy.
How
Was it
dare
a?
you.
Is it a super chili? What was
Yeah,
the
it was just
variety?
a little red guy. You know,
Oh,
those stock
a
standard.
bird's eye.
Yeah.
Oh, you man up! You should be able to handle a bit of bird's eye on the old Eagle Eye Cherry. Worst name for a band ever.
Wow. You squeezed a lot in that one. It was
You
good.
sure did.
Good work.
The one-eyed chili. I can't do it. I can't do it as good as you.
No, you did
I
it
just can't.
perfect
I
the
wanted
first
to try.
time.
I wanted to see if I could shorten it up.
No,
just can't do it.
Don't one up. Don't one up each other. It's
Oh,
just,
isn't it? Isn't that what you said? Shit for the fences, fucking cockheads.
I really
He
like
does say that. He does say that before every episode.
Swing for the fences. And
Swing
shoot,
for the-
shoot for the stars.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I always get
You know,
my sport
Bring up
analogies.
Bring up the fact that you murdered, bludgeoned a rat, a perfectly innocent rat, to death because I missed, and then I had
innocent.
to hit
You did give him.
Well,
you did warn him the night before.
it. I did. So
No, he was innocent.
Okay.
pretty innocent.
Yeah.
Outside. But are you going to leave bait out? Are you the type of person that is happy with leaving rat bait? Oh, me fucking guts.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's
shit.
that's
a bad death.
and that is that's your option because that whole perfect ideology like Snow White living amongst like the squirrels and the butterflies and that like
were
in
dwarfs, but-
suburbia that's not the reality. It's cockroaches and dirty rats. You know, and I'm in this boat with people like yourself and I've discussed it on this like a virtue signaling gnat that but it is true that I will usher like annoying insects out of my living space as opposed to
life for sure.
as opposed to killing it, and obviously just avoid killing animals, insects, anything of the like.
I think it's
Treat most things as you want to be treated.
I do. I don't ever bash anything over the head with a metal pole. But
No.
it was instinctual. It was like
Okay.
vermin carry. It's something deep down.
Okay. So how many hits does that qualify?
I did a good 3 hits,
Okay.
and then I wasn't sure if it was going to be completely dead, so I went in with the last death blow just in case, just to finish it off. So it was a good 4 hits.
Good 4 hits with the metal pole.
And then when I'm walking off, I'm going, geez, that feels weird.
Oh, I thought you were going to say good.
Nah.
You started off talking about in regards to animal lovers and vegans, but really, like especially in regards to the animal lovers, what really justifies the kill is did you utilise its carcass?
It's in the compost heap.
Well, that's good enough, I guess.
Where it belongs.
I was going to say, because like in the outback or in a time of survival, that you should probably eat it.
Probably, but I'd be eating the half leftover rock melon before.
No, he's got a bit of chili in him.
Yeah, he's
you're
already
halfway through
marinated.
the recipe. Bit of salt on top.
It's not too bad. I'm convinced I'm in the Matrix, though. Like I said that, I've been saying it a lot lately, but things have just been adding up to, like today, the client, I just thought to myself, geez, I love a glass of water. And about 20 seconds later, I get a text message from her going, oh, just knock on the door if you want a coffee, you need to use the toilet, you want a glass of water. And little hints to show you you're on the right path. You're in the Matrix.
Oh, the Celestine prophecy.
Celestine prophecy, yeah. And I actually had to ask Cass the other night. We're having a bit of a tizzy a couple of weeks ago, and I was just
Who drank the last beer?
I was just saying, like, I had to make her convince me that she isn't an actor in my Truman Show.
Right.
Because every time I said, maybe we should go to here or go to there, it was met with a few walls.
Okay.
Only because we're trying to save money and whatnot.
Yeah, but she's trying to stop you because that's where the studio.
That's right.
ends.
That's right.
So where were you trying to go? Shell Beach.
Yeah, I was just trying to get. We're trying
I'm
to
trying to go to
out.
Shell Beach for like 12 years.
Pismo Beach.
So the next day we said, right, we got to get out of the house. And it was, where are we going to go? And I said, look, I don't know where we're going to go, but we're going to go. So get in the car now. And she's like, can I get a coffee? And I'm like, nah, we have to go now.
This is it.
This is it. So she goes, oh, fuck, all right. Get the dogs, get the cars, and I'm back out. And we're like, well, this way, headed up towards the mountains.
So we did the same thing.
Yes.
We decided to, as you were talking about synchronicity, we did the same thing. We jumped into the car and said, I've got to get out of the fucking house.
Gotta do
It's
it.
exactly what I said. And we drove in a direction.
You drove the other direction. I drove, we ended up finding ourselves at Cardinia Reservoir, which is part of Melbourne's water supply.
Well, that's a good place to go.
Quite nice. But we got out of the car and we weren't really
It's
catching
scenic,
the
plus there's plenty of drinkable water.
hoops. Don't go anywhere near the water. If they see you near the water, you'll probably get shot. So we got out of the car and we're like, we're not vibing on this. Doggos had a bit of a squirt. And we took a photo just to prove what we're there.
Okay.
And we got back into the car.
Just to tell Google where you were.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about
And a
you
photo to remind the kids of what large bodies of accessible water look like.
for the future. And I don't know about you guys, but when you're driving with anyone, like I'm usually the driver and Cass is usually the navigator.
Is that
how does that
sexist?
go?
Well, it's just, how it is.
Mm.
By the way, you can flag that. I was joking.
Okay.
That was hilarious.
By the way, I'm not going to flag that. So,
Are you a driver or are you a navigator?
I'm usually a driver, mate. But Ness is not the most fluent navigator because her phone is on some kind of weird
Delay.
delay. So I'm
latency.
like, where do we turn left? 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 Left. No, left back there.
I know that delay.
Supposed to fucking tell me.
And now when you don't have a destination, and you're just making it up as you go along, the navigator's role changes significantly.
Yeah, right.
Because the whole day could be on the shoulders of the navigator.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that Random Nautica? It's an
Random
app.
Nautica.
Yeah, it's an app.
For,
And
for maritime navigators.
no, it's for land-based shenanigans.
Land-based Nautica.
Oh.
I think something about it anyway. I'll tell you what it does. It sends you a random set of coordinates when you stare at the phone. You say, I have intentions of finding money, and then they'll give you random coordinates, and it's all over the YouTubes. And these people always find weird shit,
Okay.
dead bodies,
Oh,
ringing phones.
I think I've heard about that, but when you first mentioned it, I thought it just sent you to the wrong place, and then you get out and you just then you berate your car. You say Nautica.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nautica sent me to a dead body.
So we were
First on scene.
we were kind of
Nautica.
Tire prints everywhere.
we were kind of
Well,
playing.
you see, Your Honour, I drive a naughty car.
We were kind of playing that game where we go left, right, and it was Cash's mission to go. Do we go left here, right there, left here, right there, left here, right there?
That's a circle.
That is. But she was getting a bit slow on the. I don't know. Should we go to Emerald? Should we go that? Because when you see the signs splitting off, which way do we go? Which way do we go?
Big decisions.
So we were going to go straight ahead, but then right at the last second, I went, nah, fuck it, and went left.
Oh, you crazy man.
I know,
You're so
crazy.
spontaneous,
Yeah.
and this is why your marriage has lasted so long.
That's
yeah,
right.
but then they spent the next 12Ks arguing about why he didn't follow instructions.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said right.
I can only imagine, but I'm just trying to be positive.
Yeah, you are. So I took the left, and then we find ourselves driving for quite a while and went through a few suburbs we hadn't known up in the mountains there. And
So you got to your destination.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was doing the same thing, driving.
Yeah.
We went to 4 op shops, look for Dead Man shoes and records, Dead Man records, or records of dead men, dead artists.
such as
Oh, yeah. At a cemetery. There's plenty of...
such as Gary Glitter and
Jim Morrison,
Michael Jackson.
Prince.
So we drive up, and I got to a really good op shop that had a bunch of gaming thingamawhatsits. So I tried to call Jezbot to say, "Oh, I found some bloody games for your game machines, mate, your Nintendo 64s and whatnot," and I couldn't get through to you. So I called a few other people to say, "Oh, look, this is it." And then we went on to we went on to our destination. We got all the way up to the deep hills.
Into Warburton.
We drove to Warburton, right? And then when we got out of the car to have a bit of a squirto, and
Is that a urine?
yep,
Cool,
had
cool.
a urine.
How are the facilities for urinating?
They stank. Thanks for
Ah.
asking.
There you go.
Yeah,
Put
I'd say
Warburton
piss
Warburton
poor.
on blast.
Yeah, put
Sort
them
out
on.
your facilities.
So while everybody else did their necessaries, I thought, oh, I'll call Jezbot back. I called Jezbot and said, yeah, couldn't get on to you earlier. We're in Warburton. You went, yeah. I went, no. How did you know we're in Warburton? He goes, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are in Warburton.
I said, no, we are.
I was like, no. We are in Warburton. Are you hearing me? And he's like, no, we are fucking in Warburton now. I went, bullshit. So I went outside. We were at this cafe. I went outside and took a photo
Of the
of
place.
where we were. And then by the time I sent it to him, he'd pulled out.
And Timmy's
front.
ghost was in the
Well, I
photo.
pulled into
Pulled
the
into the
only
only spot.
The only spot, because it was quite busy up there, which I want to pick on a bit. And the one spot that vacated, we went into it, looked at the spot. Oh, that's where we're meeting Jez.
The
All of a
text
sudden.
message came through, and they're parked in the spot I took a photo of like 35 seconds. Like,
Yeah, it was like right there. It was bizarre.
You could
Oh,
play
that
that.
was the sound of
You know that
Sean's
old
sizzling brain.
TDK ad where the guy's sitting on these little leather recliner and he's in front of the stereo and the music goes off and the
When
chair goes.
TDK does amazing things to your system.
And then the chair goes back in slow motion, and his tires flying off, and he's just having this audio visual
and he's
experience.
going,
Fuck.
No, seriously, but you did. You just blew my mind.
oh, well, there you go.
I thought it was always TDK does amazing things to my sister, but I never had a sister, and I was like,
Yeah,
what-
who is this TDK? And why is he all over my sister?
Yeah.
TDK does amazing things to my sister.
But yeah, bloody hell,
Crazy,
that's
crazy
a
stuff.
mighty
And
coincidence.
so it's like there was no reason for us to even get in the car in the first place, and the lefts and the rights and all the business.
Yeah, so we had every intention to go to Warburton, so ours was deliberate, but the timing had to be a coincidence because we stopped so many times. We did the old, you want to go to Vinnie's or do you want to go to mine?
Binnies.
Binnie's.
Do you want to go raid the bins at the back of the shop, or do you want to go
Yeah.
to Vinnies?
Yeah, I feel like going to the Binnie's.
Yeah, so
Behind
it was
the
tripped
pennies.
out, and then I kept thinking, all through the week, in the last couple of weeks, it's been coincidence after coincidence after, like
Coincidence.
random stuff going on, and I keep
Yeah.
having to ask.
Well, there was the water. There was Warburton. Because the woman came out and gave you a glass of water right when you thought of it, so that was a coincidence.
Yeah.
Then Warburton.
And then I'll be like, oh, geez. Do
you know what the common denominator between those two words is?
War.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is actually. But yeah, amazing coincidences.
And then I'll just be
either
like-
you're just losing your mind completely,
I might be.
or there's other principles at play.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. What do you put it down for me one time?
Well-
Give me the trippiness.
You remember Carl Jung? Carl Jung?
Jung?
Jung? Carl Jung? Always gets me. He coined the term synchronicity. You know, you said synchronicity earlier, but that's what, ultimately a coincidence can be also described as a synchronicity.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you guys have experienced, he proposed that synchronicities are far more exciting when it's a shared experience.
Okay.
Because a synchronicity,
So like
Coming together.
I'm thinking of Sean. Then all of a sudden you ring me.
coming to just like you guys did, just like you guys did when you both met in Warburton. That was
Warburton?
Warburton. That was a coincidental coming together of souls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Accidental
Yeah.
coming together
Especially you
at
guys.
the same time.
We're talking to each other 15 times a fucking day. You'd think it's one of us who said, "Oh, I think I'm going to go to Warburton tomorrow." Never happened.
Yeah, because these guys wouldn't have rocked up.
No.
Who knows? Like, what?
But Synchronicity, isn't that the name of a Police album?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it? Have I got a... Nope. Nope. The police. We got him, Sarge.
We got him, Sarge. Yeah, I don't know. But Young believed that paranormal activity and synchronicity was linked. That maybe that you're not going mental. Maybe that there's other things at play. Maybe like deep things. Maybe it suggests things about the nature of our universe that we didn't quite think about before. You know, like just writing things off as just strange.
Well, I kind of put it down to, is Tim another actor in my Truman Show?
Yeah, that would...
And I was getting too close because somewhere past Warburton, obviously, is the end of the stage.
Yeah.
And so the left, the right, the left, and they're going, send in Taco.
Cassie was calling me going, if I can come in, we're going to have a roadblock. And then so we just rocked up at Warburton on cast for the episode.
That's right. Yeah, and then and veered him off into a local tavern and then sent him home on his merry way.
That's it.
works.
Back in the direction he came from. Back into set.
Yeah.
And Timmy Taco, a.k.a. Gunther Astral, the actor, gets a little happy little bonus.
I would. My real name's Guy Purchase.
That's your porn name.
That's my real name, Guy Purchase.
Guy Purchase.
He's got some purchase on him, that bloke.
But what about this? What if there's another explanation? What if, and it's I understand that the Truman Show theory. In essence, we're all members of our own Truman Show.
Sure.
In
Dome.
theory,
Truman Dome.
you know, and it's a fascinating way to look at things. But and you know, like your world is your oyster, and you make your own reality what it is.
You make a clam of it. Yep.
But you in my clam or mine your clam?
Well,
or is it an oyster?
I don't know. I just somewhere I get this breakdown in like I understand that you know like that quantum theory that nothing's real until it's observed. Apparently, and that exists in our day-to-day lives. Like
Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat.
crack.
And like I
He
do.
showed his crack.
Showed his-
Like, for example, you can do your own Schrodinger's cat experiment by like
Killing
you
a
know,
cat.
like when you don't have visitors or responsibilities for a certain period of time, and there's no point of reflection or observation, your living standards can drop, and then
And then you find yourself asking yourself, "Am I depressed?"
well,
Do I
no,
have friends?
before that happens, you
Okay.
wait, and then you might get an unexpected visitor, and all of a sudden,
It's your mum.
you see your house as it is. You see your mess
Well,
Yeah.
back to the compost.
that you're living in.
Was the rat in there if I hadn't have seen it? And
Yeah, and it's like it's yeah. See, your room was perfectly livable until someone visited.
Well, that's another.
that's right.
Another skim on it. But the holographic principle is really, it's quite fascinating. And it's not like as spaced out as it sort of comes across. But it does provide a framework of explanation for things like synchronicity and other things like that we don't explain, even like, you know, paranormal ghost-like activity and things like that. But it's basically, back in the 70s, I think it was Stephen Hawking, he suggested that black holes, when something goes through a black hole, basically there's the quantum state, the physical state, and the information that's stored, you know, the information of what it is, it basically gets crushed to infinite smallness, and all that's released is radiation, the energy of the object. But physicists and quantum scientists have really they in the 80s and the 90s started thinking a little bit differently about it, and realised that there was equations that explained that the information of the object wasn't lost. It was in fact stored in the perimeter of the event horizon of the black hole, and then certain physicists and scientists say, well, if the information is still stored, then the rest of it is still somewhere, because they are the same thing.
Well, like just like nerds. Anyway, just on how a computer stores memory. It's like one up down. Is it 1 0 1 0?
Yeah.
So how can 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 add up to
Everything.
that funky beat by Timmy Taco that's stored onto
Well,
your
it's
computer?
funny that you mentioned the storage of information
Neo.
because that relates to the holographic principle as well. In that computers, everything's stored in a specific location in the hard drive, and you can locate where it is in that hard drive. But brains, they still don't know where memories are stored. There's certain parts of your brain that you can chop out and still retain function. They did this experiment with salamander fish where they knew how the fish operate. They had a certain amount of functions. And then a scientist doctor went in and he just went about chopping out different parts of the fish's brains and then putting the brains back in. They went as far as they did every combination possible. And they even flipped the brains upside down, put them back in the head, rewired them, and let them swim along.
Put my brain
they
down, flip it and reverse it.
They might have lost some physical function, but they still maintained all of the
Like they lost speech.
all of the yeah. Well, they couldn't do the alphabet anymore.
But there's questions we can't ask.
But I couldn't before, Doc.
But
But-
salamander fish is like we can't say how does orange feel now. You know, is orange a 7?
No,
Is
but it was more like that they still were able to exhibit the same behaviours as they had before they messed with their brains.
Sure.
So what they were proving is that
We can try this out on humans. All we need is the backing.
well that information wasn't stored in one particular place. That information was stored throughout the whole organism, and that goes back to the holographic principle. The whole like a real cool. Good quality hologram, not the ones you find in like your supermarket birthday card sort of hologram.
Like your Tarzos.
A good, like your Tarzos, which was sick by the way. But a good hologram like your 2-pack in concert hologram.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is like on a disc, and on that disc it doesn't look like anything. If you look at the actual disc itself, that like because the hologram's a reflection off this disc.
Question. Is
Yeah.
that what they're talking
Can I go to
about?
the toilet?
Yeah, 'cause didn't they say something about neurons in your gut? And there's a gut
Yeah, the
feeling.
gut-
You
the
feel
gut
it in
brain.
your gut.
Yeah.
Your gut brain.
Yep.
Yep.
So, was that?
Pissman's mustard is the best.
There you go. You feel it in your guts.
It's different from my cock brain.
Oh.
Or is it? Because
is it?
Well, I only say that from an evolutionary
Yes.
perspective because they say that the brain gut was our first gut because before we had emotions and like all this want to do other stuff, we had to eat, sort of thing. Like when we were a single cell organism, it was like just eat and reproduce. There was nothing else. So like basically like your gut brain is supposed to be like your first brain. So
Yeah,
why
so-
not your
Sure.
dick brain? Like because
Yeah.
eat and reproduce were the first thing. So like.
Eat, sleep, fuck, repeat. Is that it?
Human traffic.
Or is it eat, fuck, shit, repeat?
But the reflection off this disc, the disc itself
Is not 2-pack.
is not 2-pack, but the disc itself contains all of the information in one piece of the disc. So you can smash the disc to pieces and reflect the laser light off the disc and
Yeah, but you might just get 2-pack's dick
no,
in that piece.
no, you won't. You'll still get the whole image, all of the information.
Whole 8 inches, Tim.
Yep. All of the information. And it's hard to explain because I'm not a mad scientist.
You sound like one.
But
Nerd.
you know what I'm saying. So
I see
like
what
you
you're
can break it up and like so and like they say that's why there are interferences and why we can but basically the hologram is they say is like all these ideas that we share like information, matter and whatnot is essentially perhaps a reflection of a two-dimensional substrate that exists some distance from us, and all that we experience is a holographic reflection of this two-dimensional substrate that's from a distance.
Wow.
Or black hole.
So is that so? When I hear in my head, Johnny Farnham on repeat,
Yeah.
and then you wake up and you go, "Geez, Love to hear John Farnham
I
songs.
thought you were going to sing one.
No, because mostly and then it comes on bloody the radio station.
Yeah, of course it does.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
This is a drive time show with TJ.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sponge.
And I think we've all experienced moments of synchronicity like that, especially with songs and music. And
or who's calling me? Who's phoning me now? You know who it is every time.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's always Tim.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't understand the whole principle of it, but the fact is that everything exists there
At the
already.
same time.
So it's easy to make references to things that are similar somehow. And also, apparently because it's a two-dimensional substrate, they theoretically could be in layers. Because if you know, like the supermarket holograms, when you look at it from one angle, so if you have a reflection of light from one angle, it represents one reality or one image, and if you just change your angle slightly, you'll be exposed to a whole new reality. So they say that this mesh and crossover of realities is actually a little bit, can occur.
And that's what jumping the turnstile is all about, isn't it? It's
Is it?
like jumping that turnstile to change the perspective on where you're actually at.
Okay.
It's
Is it? I thought you were just going to say we changed the name,
no.
but we're still the escape pods.
No.
If you just listen to us at a different angle,
Look, just
or
with
listen to our earlier episodes, we're still the same episode.
Some people see a barrier. Some people see a way to keep the civic chain moving, or the pay for your trains. But if you just jump it, you got that different angle, got that different view,
Could be
got
free.
that different tip. Could be free.
Yeah.
Is it a barrier? Is it?
Is it? Yeah.
Is it freedom?
So where do we go? Where do we go with all this exotic information about science and
Well,
holograms?
the holographic principle is that all information exists in any one part of the universe at any one time. That you can break it. You can
Just pick up on it.
that somehow we are all representations of this information acting itself out and observing itself and learning. But that relates to an old saying that I don't know if it was Buddhists or who said it, but that you could hold the whole universe in a mustard seed.
I think that was on Monkey Magic. I think.
Because his power was irrepressible.
But it's
On a mustard seed.
it's
On a
not that
mustard
mustard
seed.
seeds are all powerful.
Does
It's
it?
that
It depends. Which type of mustards are we talking about here?
Well-
which seed?
mustards ain't mustards. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad you asked that question because I think that is something that we really need to get to the bottom of.
Where does
Okay.
the mustard seed come from first, though? Is it a mustard?
What comes first, the mustard or the seed?
Yeah.
Well, we know the mustard comes after the seed, but what came first, the mustard plant or the mustard seed? Jeez.
Jeez, now we're in a
We
full
never
time
really-
loop. Now we're in a bloody loop.
I want to know. You got seeded mustard,
It's a horseradish, isn't it?
and if you crush them seeds, do you get like English mustard, the smooth stuff?
That's a good question. I always thought that when you crushed whole grain mustard with the seeds, that you got French mustard. But I don't think that's correct.
It's got a spit in it.
But I'll tell you what,
Got to put cheese in it, I think.
Oh,
With some
okay.
red wine and
Okay, because French always go.
a baguette. Spin.
I don't know. Do they?
You haven't been to France,
I've never
have you?
met a French person in my entire life.
I don't think I have either. Actually, yeah. Well,
I lived in a share house once in Caulfield North with a German backpacker girlfriend. Let's not get into that story, that saga.
please do.
But like I was a gainfully employed young chap living in this share house, and it was a backpacker lodge, and there was some French people in there, and they were
being
all
perfect?
right. Like there was a weird relationship where they'd roll me joints and eat my food in the fridge.
Okay, it was a hand in hand, symbiotic relationship.
Not really. I had a go at them, but it didn't seem to make much effect.
weed sucks. You had a real go at him.
But mustard, mustard seed thing is it's a relative concept to the hologram thing, and obviously, if anything, if there are revelations of that sort of scale, that they are biblical, and as is the mustard seed. Mustard seed, there's mentions of, like you said, monkey magic. That's biblical. Mustard was mentioned in the Bible, Matthew 17:20.
Ooh, he's been reading the Bible.
Holy shit.
For truly I say to you, if you have faith the size of a mustard grain, you'll say to this mountain, move from here to there.
You
and
jerk.
it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you.
Move, you giant mountain, you mug. Why
And,
don't you move from here to
there's,
there?
There's all sorts of things. Like even the Buddhists have a parable of the mustard seed and what's it?
Mustard.
Mustard.
Kasagatomi. Kasagatomi.
Mustard.
And this is a tale of a lady and her son died, and she went to Buddha, and she said, "Have you got some magic herbs, medicines that
Mushrooms.
that can heal my son?" And he said, "Sure. I just need some mustard seed." And she was like, "Great, that's easy." He said, "But you have to get it from somebody that hasn't lost a brother, a sister, a child, or a slave."
And then he ran really quickly in the other direction, and it turned out he had her wallet. You go get the mustard. I'm going to run this way.
And she got back and she asked everybody, and they said most of her acquaintances said that the death are many, but the alive are few. And she got back and she never had the mustard seed. And then he spoke to her on revelations of impermanence.
Oh, I thought he was going to turn on to ketchup. Now here's what I want you to do: get me 3 tomatoes, a pinch of salt.
What's so many references to mustard? Like,
Yeah.
Because tonight we're going to get to the bottom of the mustard.
Literally, because I can see in that bag over there, you got giant buckets of mustard.
Well,
Like each mustard you've got there is at least 2.5, 3 liters.
and I love it when Sean comes over to do an episode because he comes correct and prepared. And
Well, Jezbot did say to me, "Geez, I hope Sean brings some chocolate."
sometimes coming correct is not coming at all.
every time I come, it's right on time.
There it is. There he is.
So you, instead of giving us, because you usually bring Toblerone, Peaks,
Yep.
or something delicious, are you going to make us eat mustard?
You mustard.
We're going to go hard on mustard.
I'm game.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gamey.
Oh,
Yep.
I'll do
I
it.
thought you were coming out.
Yep.
I
We work
misheard ya.
mustard, we play mustard.
Yeah, let's
Mustard.
chew the mustard.
Mustard.
Do you chew mustard?
You kind of just savor it, I think.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. We don't actually eat condiments. We eat the food that condiments go on.
Yeah, you don't get a tube of mayonnaise and just have at it.
So,
No,
so
that's true. That's true.
Because I also see down there you've also got 5 giant spoons, massive spoons that are going to go in these giant 4-liter,
Well,
2-liter mustard jars.
they're just teaspoons, but we'll only utilise a small portion of the teaspoon. But, so, I mean, I love mustard.
I do like mustard.
I think there's not so many
like
condiments that are as transformative as mustard.
Okay.
Well, I was never a big mustard guy until Cassie introduced me to Dijon.
I thought you were going to say
Ooh.
until
That got
Cassie introduced me to her hot dog.
Well, that is true as well.
Oh my God, she's got a penis.
That is true. You can't have a good hot dog without mustard on it.
Yeah.
It does make a difference. I don't know if I've spoken about this before, but in Japan, they, little sauce squeezers you get,
Yeah.
not the best use of packaging or whatever, a little bit of sauce and a whole bit of plastic, but whatever. They're so handy. They're handy.
Did it.
But in Japan, you get them one size. One side is mustard, one side sauce. You squeeze it on your hot dog, you get both coming out.
Oh, see, that's a stroke of genius.
That is clever.
That's
It
a
is,
squirt of
and it's so
genius.
simple. It's like, why have I never fucking seen that?
You cunts. Why haven't we seen that? Like, we're all big on our bloody dead horse and...
I'd love to see it come out together.
Yeah.
And like I know with these, you can get some silicons that mix that mixes the glue with the additive at the same time. So as like araldite as it comes out.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
got
double
the
tube.
crossover nozzle.
Crossover nozzle.
The mixer.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, a crossover nozzle. Someone invented that and became very wealthy.
Oh,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
get
for
let's
sure,
get a crossover condiment nozzle. I like that.
That's not a bad idea.
Squirt tubes.
Yeah, and then you can preload. I got me Dijon and I want me ketchup. But
But I want 'em
sometimes I want
together.
tomato sauce and sometimes I want a mayonnaise for a Thousand Island, you know?
Yeah.
Thousand Island, yeah. How funny is it? Thousand Island's just a combination of 4 sauces.
Yeah. Wouldn't you really think it was 1,000 of them?
Oh yeah, 20 at least.
Yeah. Well, break out the fucking mustards. Let's
Stop.
All right.
messing
Well, I thought
around.
that the structure of tonight's episode is because we do have some mustard aficionados in the building, and that is
Mustard.
you guys.
Okay.
So-
That's me mouth over here.
Because I am sort of the mustard procurer, so I'm sort of like, or I'm like a
Sommelier.
yeah,
Mustard sommelier.
I'm a musket. I don't know, a mustardado,
Yeah.
Musketeer.
a mustard
Musketeer.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
that needs a lot of workshopping. But the idea is that I've sort of brought the mustard in. I've got an idea of what mustard's what, and I just thought that I'd test your palates
Cool.
Okay.
and see if you guys knew your mustards.
Okay. Let's
Alright,
see if we know
sounds
our
good.
mustards.
Can we get some music on the background there?
Some
Philip?
some mustard music.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I wonder which
Mustard.
what part of the tongue receptors am I going to feel the most? Is it going to be a front bunt?
That's such a good question, Jez, and that's why I love being here. That's why I like coming here and bringing topics because you get the
full range.
full feedback here.
You do.
I call it. It's almost haptic feedback, which is
Haptic feedback.
it's physical feedback. You can feel it.
Ah, yes.
It's like the brown note. That's septic.
All right, so break out your blindfolds.
Yeah, yeah. I see you got a blindfold there. It's this blindfold's.
Save one of them for the.
Sean Ross is opening all of the jars as we speak.
I am. I'm.
Giant. Now, it looks like you've got a different variety of yellows there. They're all different.
blends.
They're all different, aren't they?
Very different, similar but
I'm
different.
smelling mustard already. What did you
Oh,
find,
yeah.
Jeremy?
That's funny, isn't it? Because mustard is quite delicious, but when you open several different
Mustards together.
it smells a bit farty, doesn't it?
Is that
Yeah,
is that umami?
I think it
Or
might
musty.
be. I think it might
it's a
be.
bit musty.
But I'll tell you what's different. Now,
The taste,
I think
the
most
texture.
most of our Australian listeners would be familiar with the Master Foods range of mustards.
Yeah.
And this is what really brought me onto the mustard idea, is that there was something about the mustard monopoly
Mustard.
that Master Foods has in Australian markets. And it really, I don't know, it didn't rile my goat, it didn't get to me, but I was like, what gives them the right? You know, when I say what
How
gives
dare
them
you.
what gives them the right is that, you know, we grew up with their English mustards and their French mustards, and recently they've got a new addition. It's this Australian mustard,
Okay.
and I was like, well, who signed off on this?
Oh, we didn't get a vote.
I mean, what gives them the right to decide what mustard is Australian? And I thought, what foundation and basis is there to make? And I thought about it, and I was like, and then I tasted it, and I was like, I know what it is.
They put tomato sauce in it.
No,
It's full of a different
they
condiment.
based it off Keen's mustard.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, keen as mustard.
Keen's mustard.
Keen as mustard. So
Keen mustard.
should we should be? Did you get the Australian brand?
I've got the Australian
Because what
version
I
here.
was hoping is that you might mix that Australian brand in there and surprise us with it while we're doing our taste test.
I thought about that, but you know,
I don't want you to tell me
then
it's Australian, then I go, yeah, kangaroo.
It's really hard to get the
Boomerangs.
pre-mixed Keen's mustard. Keen's mustard commonly comes in a little tin. You know those ye olde looking tins,
Right,
and
yeah.
and it's a mustard powder, and you make your own out of it.
And
Is it?
It'll
Yeah.
last a
What do
bloody.
you put with that? What do you put in
Water.
the squidgery do? Water. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, genius. Yeah.
Just that water thing.
That magic
But-
additive.
Tell you what's genius. Talk about mustards and talk about Keen's mustards. Like they were so genius with their marketing campaigns. Like for example, Keen's mustard.
Yeah.
They even had like you could like cereal box sort of like mail in things where you could get involved with the Keen's mustard scenario. And they
A mustard fun park. A mustard mascot.
they had like recipes for mustard foot baths, and
Ooh, let's just.
but
keep
they
it as a
also
condiment.
had
Nah, it's a foot ornament.
they also had the King's
Ointment.
Mustard Club, and members would receive a mustard club
Members?
badge in the shape of a mustard pot and a booklet titled "Inner Secrets of the Mustard Club."
2 questions.
Yeah, quick.
What's a mustard pot shape?
Yep.
Never seen a mustard pot.
And Deuce.
Where do I buy one?
Yeah, no. Where do I apply for membership?
True. Oh, now I'm starting to
You know what I'm
smell
saying?
that.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he's
Yes.
getting. He's
if
getting
you have
some
a good
wafties.
whiff,
Well, can you leave the fucking hot ones to last so it doesn't fuck me pellet?
yeah, that's true. It will fuck with your palate. I mean, you only have to have a little dollop of that. But the thing is, I will
I've had
try
my
to make
blindfold
it
on
as.
this entire show. Can I? Am I allowed to look yet?
I was waiting for Jez to put on his blindfold.
Oh, I'm just going to close my eyes.
Oh, he's a go. Jeremy's going to go a classic standard and close his
Standard.
eyes.
Just close me papers up and just it's a trust game.
Okay. For those
So all you
playing,
need to do is for me just load up a spoon. I'll turn away
Yep.
and then you just give me the spoon.
and then
Okay,
what
yeah,
you've got to
good.
do
I like
is, now we don't have there's a vast array of mustards out there. There is French mustards, hot English mustards, as we've said, Australian mustards. There's even Chinese mustards. We don't have all the mustards, but we do have a pretty good selection here. So for those playing at home, we have fresh mustard, and we have 6 varieties of the Master Foods, and this is just to celebrate the Master Food
Foods.
monopoly on the Master Food mustard monopoly. Triple M.
Yeah, and
Triple M.
and this show is sponsored by.
Mustard.
Yep.
Mustard is the best.
Let's
That's
get
right.
to tasting already.
Okay, so there are six varieties. You have whole grain, hot English, Australian, mild English, Dijon, and French mustard. And it's your job to guess which mustard it. Well, explain how it tastes and the
I wanna go
intricate
first.
details of it,
I'm famished.
Yeah, all right.
and which one you think it is.
Now
So-
I'm gonna go the untraditional full blindfold. I can't see what's going on.
No.
Jeremy's gonna go the
That's
classic.
all right. There's
standard
your
eye
spoon,
closed.
Timmy
You'll
Taco.
have to put your hand out, Tim.
Okay.
The other way. He's literally.
Right, I forgot how the whole vision concept
mustard up?
works.
Is it mustard up?
It's only it's like that.
There's a little bit of mustard on there.
Okay, here it goes. I'm approaching. Am I getting any closer to my mouth?
You are getting very close. Just put the tongue out a little bit more.
How small is this spoon?
Oh, he took the whole dollop.
Whole little dollop. I'm not going to give you too much. So, what are you feeling? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking. Actually, upon first, on first lick, it took me somewhere. It actually took me.
Where did it take you?
It actually took me to Thailand, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, because I must have had some mustard over there, I guess.
Well, that goes back to quantum principles and the holographic theory of how smells and tastes can represent places and locations.
Is there a place called Dijon?
Yes.
Give
It is.
yourself
Was
a
that a
bing
Dijon?
on the soundboard. Yes, that's what I was going to
Okay.
say, because Dijon mustard
Mustard.
originates in Dijon, and it's made with verjuice.
Ooh.
And Maggie Beer,
Oh, yeah.
from Maggie Beer, the cook
Not
of the chef.
virgins, not made from virgins.
juice. No.
If you want to know what verjuice is,
First
it's a
we
highly
squeeze.
acidic juice made by pressing unripened grapes and herbs and spices. It was used a lot in the Middle Ages, and it was widely used as a condiment to deglaze dishes,
Mustard.
and quite a lot by Maggie Beer. All right,
By the way, I
Jezbot,
love-
close your
I
eyes,
love a
Jezbot.
Close, eyes
Now,
closed.
I'm
Now
going to
you're
do
gonna-
this one straight off the bat because I reckon this one's going to be an easy one to get,
I don't know.
and it's also quite delicious.
Okay, he's handing over the spoon to
Just gonna make my
Jezbot now.
pincers.
Jez has got.
Which
he's
end of
bringing
the
it.
spoon do I have? Oh, yeah.
You got the long end. Whoa, oh, hey, whoa, you almost put it on your bloody lapo.
I refer to this one as the caviar of mustard.
Okay, well, that. I can open my eyes now. That one's easy because of the viscosity and the texture.
Yep.
It's got to be raw horseradish.
Horseradish?
Really?
No, we're talking about mustard.
No, but coincidentally, there is a horseradish mustard in the Master Foods mustard range.
Yeah.
Is there?
There is, but it's
Okay.
not.
Okay, so
It's got lots
Jezbot.
of pip. It's got lots of little what do you call it? It's like
Lots of grains. Lots of grains.
Whole grain.
There you go.
Is it? Okay.
Yep, that was pretty
delicious.
I would have said that they
Whole
call that
grain is delicious, isn't it?
that
I
Yeah.
would have
one?
called that.
Whole grain's delicious.
I would have called that seedy mustard.
By the way, when this is over, pick your favourite one because you can take it
Oh
home.
shit, yeah. Fucking hell, I'll be having
Well,
body.
this whole grain mustard is a medium heat traditional seeded style. Just so you know.
Seeded mustard tradish.
I thought horseradish was a mustard.
Little bit of a
Mustard.
fact. This year in the hamper that Mum put together for me, and it was a jar of
Mustard.
yeah. She gave me mustard.
Mate, how prevalent in hampers is mustard? Like,
Yeah, I know. It's a hamper. It's a hamper pamper.
I think mustard is one of those gifts that just keeps giving.
Now I've put me bloody blindfold. Blindfold. It's a good name for a sitcom.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Put that back on. I'm reaching out. Put it in.
He
my
hasn't,
pincers.
Joe. Put your
Oh,
pincers
God.
away.
Okay.
Now remember we
I
have
really can't see here.
hot English mustard,
Who said that?
Australian mustard, mild English mustard, and French mustard.
All right.
So we-
okay.
We're going.
Oh man. Let's say that. What are my options again?
Okay,
no.
you'll find out. You'll find out.
Can you pass it to me anytime today?
There it is.
No.
I'm just putting it on the
That's
scope
opposite
here.
end. Opposite end, dude. Turn it
Oh,
around.
that was the long end. But right into my body.
Why did you put it right down your throat?
I'm just used to doing it that way.
Jeez, you're awkward using a spoon with no eyes.
I really am.
I like the blindfold. It's like a Hello Kitty. Oh, little fox. He looks like a little mustard eating fox.
Now I'm getting them. It's sharp and tart.
Sharp and tart, yes.
It's a salty mix. I'm going to say that's ye olde English.
Ah, spot on.
Is it?
Spot
Well
on.
done, Tim.
Would you say it's a mild or a hot English?
I'd say that's mild, mate. Yeah.
You are absolutely correct there. I can't believe it. I am sitting amongst absolute royalty of mustard aficionado.
Mustard.
Fishy onions. Fishy onions.
Yes.
Fishy onions. Oh,
Ah,
now
Right,
close
close
your
my
eyes.
eyes. Put my
Close
hand out.
One,
Give me
for,
the-
one for you, Jezbot.
Thank you. It's coming in. Ooh, zzz, open wide. Here comes the plane. Ooh.
What do you reckon of that little
Now,
number?
this is the one. This is the hot dog one. This is the one you put with the hot dog.
Yeah, see, they've all got a hint of hot dog about them.
Now, I'm going to say, I think that's your Dijon.
Oh, it's gone back to
Was that an option?
Well, it
It
was an
wasn't.
option. I was thinking, like, in terms of like time constraints, that I didn't want to like
double up.
double up.
You didn't want to trick
I
him
thought
out.
you would crack it if I doubled up. To be
We
honest,
started
Do
with
you know
the
what that is?
Dijon.
Do you know what it is?
going to give you another shot.
I'm going to go. That tastes like a bloody like Australia.
There you go.
Oh, you got it. You got the Australian one.
No, do you know
I'm
what?
tempted to have a little taste of that one.
Have a
but
taste of
no,
that one. Because that's a good hot
keep me
dog
palate-
kind of.
All right.
Have a look at the Australian one as well. It's got it like this yellower,
It's yellow.
but there's the odd seed in it. See, there's an odd grain.
A little bit. So
Little-
it's just it's a semi seed.
It's not. It's just weird. But
Jeez, my sinuses have cleared up somewhat.
do you know what? When I used to be in a rap band, before we went into the studio, if you had any sinus troubles, you would take a big thing of hot spicy mustard and whiff it in. And it would clear your clear your sinuses.
Okay, I'm just feeling his. Is the mic?
That's the mic.
Okay, no one's putting that fairy thing in front of me, in front of my mouth. Right, now just give me a little. Hello? Is anyone there? I don't know how long it takes to put a little bit of mustard on a jar, a spoon. Are you guys still here?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's
One for
different.
you.
Now, look.
And it may be regional.
I think he's upgraded my spoon. It's got a fatter end to it. Do I analyse the spoon as well by touch and feel? Is it the whole experience, or is it just eat a spoonful of
But
mustard?
going back on the aficionado, like
Yep.
your sensory abilities are exceptional.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. It's about to go into my mouth via the spoon. Oh. Wow. Wow. Oh, not expecting that.
Oh, you've gone red in colour.
That tastes like ocean spray.
That's mustard gas right there.
Ocean spray mustard. That's got to be the hot mustard. It's got to be.
That's regional, hot English, yeah?
Hot English, sure.
Any subtle
Is
undertones?
there such a thing as a hot English?
No, there isn't.
My God, that was it's like a shovel load.
Like on a hot dog, is it a 6
And
or
that was probably more. I prefer in terms of food to spoon ratio. That was kind of a yogurt spoon.
Yeah, that was a heroic effort. For those playing at home, Timmy Taco just induced a teaspoon worth of hot English mustard, and
was big.
it was a karmic experience for Timmy, because I wasn't going to play a nasty trick on anybody,
No, I like it. I
but
like
Timmy suggested just quietly while Jez was doing his last mustard experiment that I do that to him, and
Yeah,
then
I made the shovel. I made the shovel thing, and he did it to me.
at the last minute I thought,
Can I just get a fist bump over from
Yeah,
Sean
nah,
for
that's
always
good.
having me back?
That's good. But can I give
well, it
you?
went both ways. I was kind of like, I don't want to do this, and I thought the way I could justify it was that, well, he said do it to his brother.
Yeah, but this. Oh, I will say now that the hot has subsided.
Yeah,
that
it goes quickly.
It goes quite oniony towards the end.
That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like the time that I put the
Onion spice.
Mustard burp.
It's just like the time I put the pepper in a cigarette Tim was smoking when we were about 15. And
Yeah,
it
I
almost fucking killed him.
Almost died.
Oh, yeah,
I
right.
actually coughed up blood.
Yeah,
From
was good.
smoking pepper.
Yeah, it's like it was bad.
it was bad.
Well, there's one more, and we may as well do it. We may as well do it because we want to hear about the flavour profiles.
Okay,
I'll just
Jeremy.
have a whiffy. Well, just on math.
I'm not a big fan of hot.
Well, that one's the weakest.
Sorry about that.
That one's
That's
the
great.
weakest out of all of them. I believe that might be the French surrendering
what are you
cheese
trying
monkeys.
to say?
Don't you think? And you're right. You're spot on there. And don't you think? Because with my experience with mustard is that French mustard is a gateway mustard.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Start with the French.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
and
first
with-
one
and
where it
with
was
the hot
like,
English.
do you want a ham and mustard sandwich? Like, I don't like mustard. It's not spicy. Don't worry. Have the French. And then next thing you know, you're hocking down hot English in some alley.
Can I get a palate cleanser spoon, please?
Oh yeah, what
Go
was
to
it?
the Australian.
Go the Dijon. That was the softest one. It was more in the mayo family.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
the verjuice.
That'll do, thanks. He's trying to trick me again.
Do you
This
think
time I haven't got-
the
There's
French
strawberries too.
the French came up
Oh,
with
yeah.
their weak ass mustard, and then the English said we've got to man up and we've got to have hot English mustard.
These Englishmen have mustard which are 10 times stronger than ours.
We will never beat them.
We will never be freedom.
Well,
I
that's
do like a good Dijonaise. And then while we're at it, look, I just want to have a bit of a stab at the old Aussie one.
You must.
Because
You must start.
mustard.
It is actually quite delicious.
I never had
I think it's a great addition to the family.
I had the Dijon, did I? Did I have the Dijon?
Oh no, you didn't. Try
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to try the Dijon.
Do you know
Definitely
what?
try it.
He's a good in-betweener mustard.
It's a great in-betweener, isn't it? I think
It's
that really.
I think that's just above. That's just above the French. Like if you're going to
Yeah.
work your way up, you work your way up to hot English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. I mean, you
Oh, that's
really
so
wouldn't see
musty.
yourself putting French on a hot dog, would you?
No, it's
don't
not.
know.
It's not strong enough because it's the tomato sauce is going to like totally overpower the French.
Oh, you get it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you use a French mustard? In France.
I think a crack. It's a gateway, like you're saying, but on a cracker, like you don't want it too much. It's
you
a
know what?
morning. It's a
You're
morning
gonna put
mustard.
that. You're gonna put that with some salami or some pastrami or some other army.
prosciutto.
Prosciutto. Yeah,
I've never had mild English before, and I just tasted it, and
it's not bad.
it's not bad. It's got a good flavour.
It's not good, but it's not bad.
Let's rate them. I'm going to have this.
Yeah, I think
Dijon.
that's a good
Hold on.
idea. I think that's a great idea to rate.
Rate and review. This is my for mine.
Oh, maybe it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Do it again.
Metal caps.
No, that was touching it.
Just leave it alone.
I haven't been touching it all night.
All right. This is where I'm going to go.
Don't touch it, mother.
This is my rate.
Don't turn on the lights.
Going worst to best as a mustard.
Right.
I got French. You're down the bottom.
Oh, French is down the bottom.
French is
down
the,
the bottom.
least amount of mustard.
Le bobots?
It's I'm going to go. My rating is in order of deliciousness. French.
Australian tastes like salami.
It does, doesn't it? You got,
Then I've got some whole grains.
yep.
And I've got... Hot English is going to go somewhere in there. Australian. Alright, so I've linked them up.
What is your rating, Jess?
I've got this. This is mine.
I got this.
I'll just taste that hot English to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's salty, man. It's like ocean spray. It's a very...
No, that's almost wasabi.
It is.
Well, it is. It's a very similar spice as the wasabi,
It's
isn't it?
really staying with me.
Oh, is it? The spice?
Yeah, that guy's staying with me.
I'm going to have a go here. I've got a little dollop on my finger, like a little bit of poo.
Don't rub your eye.
Oh, yeah, good bloody point.
You know what?
It's an innocent it's an innocent game, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, but there was a second there where I thought, is this mustard or is this an industrial chemical?
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking that. You know, when it brought me to Torquay Back Beach, learning how to drown, and getting a mouthful of salty spray,
Yeah,
just a
right.
hint of
All right,
sand.
You're right. You're right.
There you go.
I'm gonna
I
go-
do love it though. That's my favourite as well, Jess.
It's gone like this. Hot English,
Must
number one,
food.
straight off the bat.
Yep.
Hot English.
Master Foods Hot English.
Then we got Australian.
Master Foods Australian.
Then we got mild English.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Then we got a whole grain.
Yep.
We got the Dijon, and then the French.
Mustard.
Okay.
I think that's. And now what I'm going to do?
No, I'm so impressed because I didn't know where this mustard section was going to go, but now I know. Now we know
Now we know.
Now we
that
know.
we're just on similar pages when it comes to mustard. And I tell you what, like as a fellow podcaster and as a friend, that just makes me so comfortable.
Hey, and like
makes me more comfortable.
Before today, I had no idea about our similarities in mustard.
No, neither did I.
I had no idea.
The synchronicity of mustard. Is that what you're saying? That
Here's-
it's all in the seediness?
Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try some of each on the one spoon.
Oh, he's gonna.
Oh
the
my
ultimate-
god! Oh my god! You've seen it here first, folks. Seriously, I mean, we go through some pretty, like silly things on this program, but sometimes sometimes they hold a lot of gravity in in terms of reality.
That's a 6 mustard.
It's a
scoop.
6 mustard spread,
Alright.
and I'll tell you,
I'm going to do it.
I'll tell you, that's
I
a
don't know.
lot of mustard.
I'm just going to say right here, right now.
yeah.
I don't know if this has ever been done.
On
Mustard.
radio, on
Oh,
podcast.
must have been.
Must have been. All right, here we go.
There it is.
We're going to do it.
There he
Ready?
is.
So, yeah.
Ooh, Jezbot's gone the whole
Fuck,
6
it's
mustard
gonna ruin
spread.
him. It's gonna fucking ruin him. From now on, he's gonna need 6 mustards.
Oh, he's doing. You know what he's doing? He's doing that scene on Willy Wonka's. You know. Now I taste lamb roast. Now I'm moving into the last course.
Well, Jezbot's launched himself into the next dimension.
Mustard.
Instant sweating.
You are sweating.
Jez, wake
I can
up.
see ya.
Wake up.
He's going purple.
You're home now. Jez, wake up. I've got.
He's waving him. He's waving him with some air.
Look.
Oh, wow.
Oh, guess what? It turns out the fan that I'm using to wave him with air.
Is
bloody chop me out.
oh, it's a classic standard.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry.
Does Sean enough brings stuff. He really does. He really does.
It's a perfect way to cap off the episode to win some cash, don't you
Oh,
think?
man. That's a good way to eat mustard.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's just all through time, and I've come back. I don't know how many years I've lived
No, that's right.
since then, but
2 minutes.
right.
I lived and died. I lived and died. So, Sean, I saw you're doing a classic standard rub off on the old card. Do you want to just give us a quick description so people can picture what kind of...
Well, it's very holography
I see what you
to
did.
be on
I see what you
theme.
did there. The Holographic Universe by
Michael Talbot.
Michael Talbot.
Um,
He's got a book next to him. This one.
And it's a
But
diamond.
You see, yeah, like when you spare time, read about weird quantum stuff. Bloody yeah! So it's a precious gems. There's 2 top prizes of $100,000,
Tim's going in for more mustard. Yep.
and yeah. Oh, once you
Just wanted
stop,
to cop that CD.
once you, so we got to just scratch off the lucky symbols, and I'll just get to it. I'll get to it.
And traditionally, while Sean's scratching, it's a good chance for Tim and I to catch up.
When was the last scratchy you won on?
Well, we had to stop buying the Tats Lotto tickets because the utter disappointment.
Were you choosing the same numbers every time?
No, this is a good question. I'm glad you asked. Now, the method is go get a quick pick.
Get a rando.
Get a rando. Don't get the rando. Pick the numbers.
Oh, really? No, don't pick the numbers. Get a rando. Because like the day you stop spending your spare coins is the day your numbers come up, and then you know you've lost. I say you
Does happen.
I say you go the full rando.
This does happen to like the wife. The husband gets home. He's going, babe, we won.
I didn't get the ticket this week. Yeah, they were our fucking numbers. That's it. That's
And domestic violence ensues.
Yeah,
that's right. Always.
That's toxic masculinity combined with lottery losses.
You're right, and we found out. Well, Tim was nice enough to educate me about fart rape.
Oh, fart rape. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I read an article about that last week. I think you might have posted it to one of our joint.
I might have fart raped you.
Well, it's a toxic masculine way to.
What he's trying to say.
Sometimes they don't mean it, because I was at a barbecue last week, which was like for a mate's, before he has a kid. There was all fellas there, all fellas.
Yeah,
quite a lot of fellas. And then the bloke just like looked at me startled for like a real split second, and I was like,
"Starkers,
what was that about?" And then all I smelt was fart. And I'll link the look with the fart.
Okay,
yeah.
You look around to see if anyone else is looking at you.
I didn't do the fart.
It's the same look as the dog.
Smelt it, dealt it. You know the law.
Same look as a dog gives when it's doing its business.
Is it?
It's that shame.
Okay, it's the same. Well, I'd say it's the same thing as when a child is filling its nappy.
Oh yeah.
Like you get some looks.
Tilted head, eyebrow up.
Yeah, stop looking at me like that. You make me want to go and flush the toilet, just to be sure.
Well, that was a good catch up. Now,
all
how do
right,
we
so
go?
we've been scratching the precious gems. I've scratched off all the holographic shiny material to reveal the numbers and symbols, and we haven't won.
Well, because all right.
Yeah,
well, look,
it's a metaphor. Scratch off all the shiny symbol, the shiny glaze.
Yeah, but get this that Sean Ross told me the other day, because you bought up scratchy cards. I said, "Oh, you got a couple of scratchy cards on me bloody Frigo." He went, "Oh, you better get them in because they expire." Did you hear about this? Did you see this?
I thought it was like cash
Forever.
currency.
Okay. Because I've got a stack of them, which I've been keeping for years for me retirement. You mean I can't cash them in?
Yeah.
You idiot.
No, it's around
fucked
6 months. Even I
6 months, you say?
I took something today that I had since October, and they were like, "Oh, I don't," they were kind of like, we'll give it a shot," and then they all went off.
Okay,
it was really
sick.
cool.
And
Really cool.
Yeah, no, I can't give it to you. It was yesterday.
Just a question: how many of those things are you buying a week?
I don't buy. I'm only buying for this.
okay.
It was
Good,
for
good.
my birthday in October. Someone gave me like 10 scratchies,
Oh yeah.
and then
So, it's so disappointing though. Like I just wish they would have given me the $50.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the 50.
No, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit
Put,
of fun.
put 50 on the dish liquors. Horton's. I can't think
It can become horse names.
English mustard. In the fifth.
Harry's Horso.
Harry Horso. Thanks, Tim. Jeez. I think I've had too much mustard, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm mustarded out. But I'm keen to have some more. He's done it again.
He has done it again. You know what? I think I'm going to have hot dogs for din-dins.
Yeah,
Tim
so
Tim's-
the condiments roped you in, like the potential.
I think so. I'm trying to think of what I can have with bloody mustard.
No, I think like we've covered a lot of issues tonight: synchronicity, holographic theories, quantum mechanics, and all sorts of interesting things. But I think what we really got to the bottom of is that mustard is bloody delicious.
It is. It is.
There's something about it.
There is something about it.
I think everyone should go out and we're not sponsored by Master Foods, but we will.
.com.
But we are sponsored
.au.
by mustard.
Foods. Mustard Foods.
Yeah.
Maybe they should change it. Maybe they should rebrand. Call it Mustard Foods.
Oh, and I'll give you the hot tip.
They have other products.
Always,
do they?
always
Okay.
put your lid back on the mustard because it will get a surface.
It gets a skinny
It will
skin.
get a skin. It will get
Okay,
a
well
skin.
that's I think that this podcast might be forming a bit of a skin.
I
over
think
the
it
top.
might have a bit of a skin on top of
Which
it,
is
Tim.
when we always get the skin, we always get that little smell of the old background music coming up, which signifies the end of days for this episode.
Yes.
And
We've done well. I
we
think.
have done well. Sean's done well. He's brought in a lot of stuff.
I hope he comes correct like that every week.
Well, you know, Sean enough is about stuff.
You're talking third person here, right? Sean enough is not happy. Sean enough has got chronic diarrhea. Sean enough's diarrhea really stinks. Don't go in there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. No,
Yeah,
Sean
Sean
enough's very content with the mustard situation.
So, final thoughts, Tim.
Final thoughts. I'm going to rush out and get me a jar of Australian mustard.
Very good. Sean enough.
When I was growing up, based on the movies and cartoons I was watching at the time, I was convinced that I would need grappling hook skills when I was an adult.
Right.
And how'd you go?
I probably use a grappling hook.
Fair enough.
Neither of you have convinced me that you're not a part of my Truman Show.
Oh, okay.
So,
How did we know you're not a part of our Truman?
well, I don't know.
And then you just put that seed in there.
Also apologise for Tim's punniness, but no, apologise for the killing the rat, because I do feel somewhat of a guilt.
Have a rat funeral.
All right, next week.
Nah,
Tell ya, utilise its bodily organs and its bones and its flesh, and you won't feel as guilty.
it's dead.
straight in the gut,
he
boys.
smashed the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
So it's all
Yeah.
over the place. It'd be more of a rat salad.
Okay, I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Taco.
And I'm Sean enough.
Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
They hop, they duck, they climb. They go through two at a time.
Jumping the turnstile. Jump the turnstile.
Jump the turnstile.
Leap over the turnstile.
Hop over the turnstile. I had to take me. It was like a ninja.
Jumping the turnstile.
And it's no small thing.
People have jumped the turnstile.
I definitely jumped the turnstile. Jumping.
The turnstile.
I definitely would do it once, twice. I would do it over again.
Whenever I believe I don't have to do it, but I do it, I get away with it.
And there was no one there, so I figured it'd be just easier to jump the turnstile.
I've jumped some Ferris in my day.
I definitely jumped the turnstile a few times. Jumping.
Turnstile, instead of just paying the $2.25.
That's the technique. I pull the turnstile back. Like that. Boom, boom. My upper body is not moving. Just my leg.
Jump the turnstile.
Jump the turnstile.
The turnstile. We are the antibacterial wipes. This don't even look sanitary.